Welcome. We're going to talk about testing your vehicle's battery and charging system. Now, the basic tool that you're going to need to get started is some sort of multimeter. All right. Usually you'll have one of those in your garage. It's a very common automotive instrument. There are load testers and they're pretty fancy. But you don't need any of those to do the tests that we're going to do today. And you can actually pick yourself up a pretty particularly cheap multimeter either offline or at an auto parts store. Now to get started, you take your multimeter of choice. Today we're going to be testing for voltage DC or direct current voltage, and that's your V with the two straight lines. I got that little dash line above it. So I'm going to go ahead and set that, and then I'm going to correspond my correct leads, all right, with the ports accordingly. So this is voltage here. You guys can see voltage. Your ground or your black wire is always going to go into your comp. We're going to set that up like so, and we're ready to go. With the vehicle off, we're going to test the car's battery. A good battery with the vehicle not running should read between 12.2 and 12.6 volts DC. So take your red lead and attach that to your positive terminal and your negative lead to your negative terminal. Right now we're sitting at about 12.59, 12.6, so this battery is fully charged and is good. Also be sure to take a look for your estimated cold cranking amps. Now you can test your cold cranking amps using a load tester, but just find that number, in this case 730, make sure to jot that down on your task sheet. Now that we've checked our voltage with the vehicle in the off position, we're going to try and find two more voltages running tests. One being a starter draw, and two being the charging system voltage itself. Now the two voltage readings you're looking for are the exact point of ignition, as well as shortly thereafter while your vehicle's running. That's your starter draw and your charging systems. All right, when you're performing your starter draw, you may need to have somebody assist you to start the vehicle while you watch your multimeter. What you're looking for is that it doesn't drop below 9.8 volts. Anything lower than that might raise some red flags. Once the vehicle's running, check to make sure that it's between 13.5 and 14.8 volts. That means your alternator's functioning properly, charging and powering all the systems of your vehicle. Now the results of that test showed me that both my ignition as well as my charging system voltages were within the ranges that I were hoping for. It didn't drop below 10.9, and during charging it peaked at about 14.5. Now if you feel like your charging, ignition, or battery systems are performing poorly, feel free to get it checked out at your local auto parts store, as usually they do free battery testing.